Hey there lovely people, it's Sunfruit Dan here. So I just sort of wanted to talk about my diet and debunk the myths around fruit feeding candida. So yeah, I eat a fruit-based diet, and when I say that, I'm eating fruit in its raw, natural state. I don't have smoothies and I don't have juices. And then I have a salad every night that is made with normally tomatoes and avocado and stuff like that. So my diet is almost a 100% fruit diet, and I've done 100% fruit diets for extended periods of time, up to 3 months and stuff like that. So yeah, why is it that I have no overgrowth of candida with it? So yeah, basically one of the things is, what a lot of people isn't aware of, is that fruit doesn't cause it. And yeah, it's just a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of people do actually blame the fruit for causing them candida, and they say they need to avoid it and go high fat, high protein, low carb and stuff like that, which is quite crazy, but it's not their fault. They've been told misinformation. So yeah, basically if you're on a diet that is high in fat from like oils and all types of fatty sources, and it's quite a high percentage of your calorie intake, what happens is it coats your cells and your insulin receptors. So when you eat, for example, fruit, it breaks down in the stomach, goes into the body, and then your body breaks it down, puts the sugar, also known as glucose, into your blood, and then it needs to go from there into the cells, basically. So what happens is the fat coats the insulin receptors, the sugar goes to go in the cells, and then you get elevated insulin levels, and then systemic candida, well, candida in general, basically overgrows to bring down your blood sugar levels, because otherwise it's going to drastically harm you. So by sticking to like a low fat, high carbohydrate diet like I do, a fruit-based diet, doesn't mean I can have no fats. I'm not saying you have to do no fat. Some people do, and I do that for extended periods of time. But I do have avocados on a regular basis, and durian, which is known as the world's smelliest fruit, and they're quite high in fat. And yeah, so by me switching from a high fat diet to a high carb diet and going to no overt fats at all, which means no fats at all for an extended period of time, I began to completely overcome my overgrowth of candida. And I've known so many people that I've met that have been on this diet for years and they have no signs of candida whatsoever. So like, for example, my friend Ted Carr, he's been eating this way I think for about 7 years, and he's a health coach as well. And he's been doing a fruit only diet for around a year. Before that he was eating some salad and stuff like that, and like, he's free of all health issues. He has an abundance of energy like me. He's a triathlete, he's running multiple businesses, and he's so active in his everyday life just like me. We are so busy. So yeah, just that alone shows that it is working. So yeah, don't go blaming the fruit for making you have an overgrowth of candida and causing you high blood sugar levels and stuff like that, because I've also known a lot of diabetics that have got YouTube channels online that have overcome diabetes on a high carbohydrate, low fat, raw vegan or partly raw vegan diet. So yeah, if you want to look into that, just search up diabetics and raw veganism or the high carb vegan diet, and you find loads of channels. There's one by one of my friends known as Tasha Lee, and she's really managed to help stabilize her blood sugar levels with a fruit-based diet. And another thing that can cause candida with fruit is if you're using incorrect food combining. So when I say that, it's like you're eating multiple types of food with like fruit that all have different digesting times. So basically the fruit stays within the stomach with the other food, it's slowed down by it, and then you start to get bloating and gas and stuff like that. And then it's fermenting, rotting and putrefying in your intestinal tract, and it's creating all of these very harsh toxic substances that have even been shown to burn through metal from what I've researched in the past. So when it's fermenting, rotting and putrefying, it feeds the candida to overgrow. It also feeds parasites as well, and it can just make you feel absolutely awful. And that's why you see a lot of people that look like they're in food comas afterwards, because they're having that happen. And obviously a lot of people have overate as well, and they've ate far too much fat, which just slows down your blood. It slows down the transportation of oxygen, and yeah, it just makes your insulin levels go up, and yeah, it just makes you feel very sluggish. And for me, a high fat diet absolutely destroyed my health. I ended up having so many more health issues than I already did, and then I switched to this high carb, low fat, raw vegan diet and overcome every single mental health and physical health condition. This is why I promote it like crazy, and I'm just trying to really educate people on the right information on this subject, because a lot of people speak to me and they're like, what? To eliminate candida, I should be eating more fruit and stuff like that. They're like, I can't do that. It has such a negative effect on my candida. But yeah, it's just misinformation that they've learned. And yeah, you really need to be cleaning up your diet and switching to a diet that works with fruit if you really want to be eating it. Otherwise, I would say avoid it like the plague. It's going to cause you more issues than it's worth. But do not blame the fruit. It's not the fruit's fault. It's other things that you're doing with the way you eat and stuff like that. And yeah, a brilliant way to tell if you've got an overgrowth of candida is to do the candida spit test, which I put a link down below for the video. And I showed myself performing it and I passed it. And someone even said to me online, that's the first time that I've ever seen anyone pass it before. And also, if you look at someone's tongue, like so, you can see I have no white coating whatsoever. I have a very healthy looking pink tongue. I may have this big line in the middle there, but that's because I had a tongue piercing years ago that was stretched very, very big. And yeah, I just wanted to explain that because yeah, you can do tongue diagnosis through traditional Chinese medicine methods, where each part of the tongue relates to each different organ. So it may look like I have an issue with a type of organ, but no, it's just a hole left from taking out a tongue piercing. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful. If you like the video, like it down below, share it with others that you think will find this helpful, subscribe if you haven't already to get more videos on this topic, on veganism, on healthy living and other dietary changes and fitness and detoxification and candida and parasites, because I have so many videos coming on an everyday basis just for you people to learn from on these amazing things that transform my health and my life, just so you can do the same. So yeah, thanks for watching, have a great day, bye.